In this video, I want to give you guys a quick heads up on the PlayStation Store's deal of the week, and on top of that, we have a plethora of physical game deals that are available right now that I also think are pretty good. So kicking things off, the deal of the week over on the PlayStation Store, outside of the deals under $15 sale and outside of the Retro and Remasters sale, Outriders for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 is already seeing a discount. It is 25% off, down to $45. That's a $15 off discount. Keep in mind that this game just came out back on April 1st, and it's a game that saw a lot of buzz heading into its release, and anecdotally speaking, I had a lot of people come and ask me about Outriders, what the game was, and I noticed that there was quite a bit of buzz heading into the game's release, but this is one of those games that it had a lot of buzz heading into its release, and then that kind of fizzled out really quickly after the release of the game, which for a game like this, you really don't want that to happen. You need a game like this to be persistent. You need it to have that lively community, and it's a game that obviously can evolve over time, and I know People Can Fly is an incredibly talented studio, but Outriders just wasn't it. And it's interesting from a Square Enix standpoint, because Square Enix for a while has been putting out a lot of these Western IPs, Outriders, The Quiet Man, and they just have not been resonating at a high level. A lot of people have not really been enjoying them. I mean, when Square Enix puts out their Japanese titles, that's really when they slam dunk, home run them, and specifically the JRPGs, your Final Fantasies, your Dragon Quest, your Kingdom Hearts, and you can feel however you want about Kingdom Hearts, but those games still sell incredibly well. Even a Nier does really well. Outriders, Quiet Man, games like these are just not doing very well. Marvel's Avengers as well. These games are just not doing well, so it's something that Square Enix really needs to assess, because you can't keep on investing so much money into games like this. Now, Outriders is one that I could see make a comeback, and I played the demo of Outriders. I didn't pick up the full game, and I had fun with the demo. And I was like, oh, it's a fine game, but it's nothing that, to me, screamed revolutionary or something that was going to have a long-lasting staying power. So we'll see how ultimately it turns out. I do have some friends that have been playing it, and they've been enjoying it in cooperative play. $45 is still probably too steep of a price point. However, this is probably a harbinger of things to come, and I could see this game rocketing down in price pretty quickly. I mean, if we're talking a month after release in the springtime, it's already 25% off. By the fall, I could easily see this being sub 30, maybe even sub $25 to really try to reignite that player base. But I don't even know if at this stage of the game that's going to be possible. However, at this point, it is the PlayStation Store a deal of the week, so you can check it out if you want. That demo is still available on the store, so maybe you'll want to check that out first. Now, there was also an interesting stat put out about Outriders, noting that it has surpassed 3.5 million unique players in its first month. That's a very interesting way to word it, because this game was also available on Xbox Game Pass, so I don't know if that is a clear indicator on the game's success, but they did also note average playtime of over 30 hours and extremely high engagement for cooperative play, so it'll be interesting to see the sustainability for a game like this over the next 6 to 9 months, since this is the kind of game that you would expect consistent updates, expansions, things of that nature. Maybe they will even do a follow-up. We'll see how things turn out. I just know that initially, personally speaking, people that I was talking to were super interested in this game when it was about to come out, and then after it came out, that excitement really just kind of dissipated, but that's just anecdotal. It might be different across the board, so it's an interesting element to consider. Okay, moving on from that, there's quite a few deals over on Amazon, specifically on Japanese titles. I mean, let's keep the topic on Square Enix. Kingdom Hearts all-in-one package is $29.99. This, of course, includes Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5, 2.8, and then you also get Kingdom Hearts 3, so a lot of content for your money for $29.99. Now, it does note that this is going to be in stock on June 7th, so bear that in mind. On the other hand, Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, this is going down in price pretty quickly. If you're a fan of music rhythm games, and if you're a fan of the music in Kingdom Hearts, this might be right up your alley. It is $29.99. Obviously, a lot of people really enjoy the music out of Kingdom Hearts, so Melody of Memory, something that might be right up your alley. Over 140 tracks and 20 characters, and it released at a premiere price point. I think it was $60. Like, the list price is now $50, but I'm pretty sure it dropped at $60 if my memory serves me correctly. At $30, this is probably the price a lot of you guys are willing to pay for a game like this. I saw it in the comment section when I was talking about this game, of people being like, yo, why is this game $60? It's like a spin-off, you know, mini game of sorts, but, you know, some people were super into it, but I think for $30, it's gonna be you know, the price point it probably should have been at all along. And hey, maybe that's me being cheap as hell, but how can you blame me? Okay, next up, Persona 5 Strikers is down to $39.99. I should note that the Nintendo Switch version on Amazon is actually down to 33 bucks, so if you want it on the Switch, you can get it for a little bit cheaper. PS4 version is $40. I played quite a bit of P5 Strikers. I actually picked it up on PC, and I had a really good time with it. I thought the game was really good. Now, a lot of people were expecting just a typical Musou-style game, and yeah, it has that quality. However, at the same time, it retains a lot of the elements that people loved Persona 5 for. The visuals, the flashy, you know, gameplay presentation from the battles, and the music, of course, is excellent, and there is a story there as well, so definitely do cop Persona 5 Strikers if you're a big fan of Persona 5 and you want to expand on that world a little bit more. Enjoyable game, action-oriented. Maybe that $60 price point was a little bit too much for some people, but at 40 bucks, I think it's a really good pickup, or alternatively, if you do want to pick it up on the Switch, $33 is really good. Kind of strange how a game like this is on the Nintendo Switch and PC, but on those platforms, they don't have Persona 5, the base game, and P5 Strikers is a sequel to Persona 5, so figure that one out. I don't know, but on PS4, you can play P5, which is on the PlayStation 5's Instant Game Collection, and then you can play P5 Strikers as well. I obviously would recommend you to pick up Royale instead of playing the base game, but I'll leave that decision-making up to you guys. Okay, next up, another great JRPG by Square Enix. Trials of Mana is down to just $19.99. Now, this is typically 50 bucks, and this is one of the JRPGs by Square Enix that went a little bit under the radar just because it's not one of their pillar JRPG franchises in 2021. You know, it's not a Final Fantasy, not a Dragon Quest, not a Kingdom Hearts, not a Nier, but Trials of Mana was a good one as well. And it has quite a bit of replay ability as well, so if you want one with a little bit of lasting power, Trials of Mana is going to do that for sure, and at $19.99, I think this is a great pickup, and if you're a fan of JRPGs, you're going to dig that quite a bit. Okay, so those deals were available on Amazon. I'll leave links to those in the description box below. Couple of deals I do want to mention on GameStop as well. First of all, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim is down to $29.99, which is already a great deal. They're doing a little gimmick right now where if you buy select new titles at $29.99 and above, you get 30% off one pre-owned title. So that actually sounds like a meme of a deal, but there's actually like some ways you can couple that together and get pretty good deals. Like, for example, I was also going to mention Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which is down to $19.99, but if you pick up 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, you can get Dragon Ball Z Kakarot pre-owned for $17.99, save another 30% off on that, and that's pretty darn good for DBZ Kakarot, and that deal on 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim is already pretty good, so hey, if you want to finagle out a deal that way, I wanted to give that a mention. 13 Sentinels is awesome, and it's a game that's been going in and out of stock. Seemingly, like, GameStop is like the spot that always has it in stock, so yeah, this is probably your best bet to get it. Great game by Vanillaware, a combination of a couple of different genres, a part visual novel, and the gameplay is definitely a little bit different than your typical Vanillaware title, but it still retains that visual style that people know Vanillaware for. As I mentioned, DBZ Kakarot, if you want it new, you can get it for $19.99. I was super into this game. I'm a casual DBZ fan. Like, I watched Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid, and I actually recently watched DB Super, and you know, I enjoyed DBZ Kakarot. It goes from the beginning of the show until the end of the Buu Saga, and then there's some DLC. I believe they're actually about to put out the Trunks DLC, the Trunks, like, TV special that they put out, where, like, Trunks is in the future, and, like, the androids are killing everybody, or whatever the hell was going on with that. But yeah, DBZ Kakarot, $19.99, pretty good deal on that. And lastly, Hitman 3, $39.99 on that. That's also pretty good, given that this one is a relatively recent release. The 30% off deal is also applicable to this, so if you want to take advantage of that, that is another route you can go. Hitman 3, by all accounts, has been a pretty well-received game, something that I gotta spend more time with, but $20 off, I thought that was worth a mention. And that's gonna wrap up this one. Again, Outriders is the PSN deal of the week, and quite a few deals over on Amazon and GameStop. That's gonna wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.